This is Sue Greenwald here with Awakened Stories, and I'm here today with Deanna Carr with the Mystical Moonlight. Hey, Deanna, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Today is a follow-up topic to our video, Jack and the Beanstalk. So there's a whole bunch of questions I just wanted to get further clarification on. And again, if there's any questions ever, guys, put them in the comments for us. So we're going to assume you watched the part one video. And it's so interesting that you have like beautiful vegetation in back of you for this
Oh yeah.
video. Yeah, yeah, it's a beanstalk. All right.
Yep.
Was Jack's name really Jack or was it something different?
It was something different.
Like, do you know it or like
It's no, it's a complex name.
Mhm.
Um, they changed it to Jack because it seemed like an easy name to say,
Easy,
obviously.
easy and
And
simple?
when you start to look into storytelling, usually the simplistic names are ones that stick.
Yep.
Or I mean, the only other one I can think of that's a weird name is Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's very specific on like kind of branding. So that's what they did. They changed up the name though
Okay.
to brand it.
I kind of suspected that. Like, I know when you were talking with like dragons and whatever, their names are very complex.
Yeah.
So they usually simplify it for our benefit because, we're us.
Yes.
All right. Is the beanstalk still there now? You said it was protected way back when. Is it still there?
Yes, it's still there. It just hasn't been used.
Is Jack the only one that could have accessed it or whatever?
Yeah, so when they're growing, whoever's, started initiated that process is the one that has most access to it.
Yeah.
So it's still there. It hasn't been used and he could still use it, but nobody else really knows it exists.
Okay, so it's kind of like shielded or cloaked or whatever. Okay.
Yes.
Is Jack still alive?
Yes.
So he's been there for over 1,000 years, literally.
Yeah.
Wow. He's never gone back up the beanstalk after that initial time.
Um, it looks like he's gone up maybe two or three more times,
Oh, okay.
but it's not an easy trip per se. So when he would go up, it would be longer trips.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was kind of to that point of, do I really feel like taking this hike?
Okay, so are the giants that he interacted with in this story, are those particular giants still alive?
Yes.
Okay. Did when he go back up during those two or three other trips, did he interact with them and hang out with them?
Oh yeah, it was like a family gathering.
Wow.
Yeah, so they had good communication for, not being like having cell phones and that kind of stuff. They were, close knit. They like to have little parties together. So they did do stuff together. It was very, let's say close knit versus what we expect.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
Now, did the people in Jack's, like, we'll call it village, in the area where he lived, did they know about the giants bef, did they know about the giants? Like, I know he went, okay, so he was
No.
like, when he got up to the top of the beanstalk the first time, he was quite shocked, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
it was definitely a surprise. It's not something, no, it's kind of like, for us, we might see some tall people and be like, wow, you're really tall. It kind of
Yeah.
like brings attention to them.
Yeah.
But they're not that much taller. Whereas I think I told you before, he's more of like 7 foot and they're like 20 foot. So that is a larger difference
Yeah.
versus, maybe just a few feet.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think the shortest human is like 4 foot, like for adult size. I
Right,
know
right,
there's other sizing, but let's say 4 foot. So that's, a 3 foot difference.
right, right.
So yeah, they did have more of that difference when they saw each other that first time, versus, what we see in our regular day.
Right. Okay, cool. All right. So did the Jack and the Giant speak the same language? Like, did they, or was it telepathic communication?
Most of it was telepathic. They do have some words that were in common, but telepathic seems to translate it. like, let's say
Mhm.
better.
Okay.
So when we talk about telepathic communication, we don't really talk about how people of different backgrounds or cultures really talk, and it does naturally translate it to you for you, so you can understand it. Um, it's I don't know how else to describe it. Just translates it for you.
Okay.
Does the
Okay.
work.
Interesting, because I was just wondering, like, I would assume every culture up down there has its, I'm not sure why we lost video, but whatever. We're gonna still go. It is just the way it is, okay? But
Yeah.
yeah, I look good there, don't I? Um,
Yeah.
so I would assume every culture has a different language in the way they do things down there. Just an assumption. So,
Yeah, it's kind of like, I mean, some of what's up here is reflected inside.
yeah. Yeah.
And so I think we, like I said before, we kind of have that misunderstanding that it's just all jungle down there. Everything's
Yeah.
larger than life,
Yeah.
and that's all it is.
Yeah.
So there are, spots that are a little bit different.
Okay, interesting. Now, is the goose still alive?
The goose, no.
Okay.
It
So
did
he,
have it did have gooseling, so there are more goose like it or
all right,
geese like it.
geez. So they are they still laying the golden eggs down there?
Well, yeah. Listen, they're wealthy with those golden eggs down there.
Wow, how
They
cool
just have
is
to send
that?
them up here for us, you know what I
Yeah, I
mean?
wouldn't mind. Well, I know we wouldn't even know what to do with it though, but it's funny. Yeah.
Oh, we definitely know what to do with it, right? We definitely know.
Yeah.
We could help so many people. That's why they're not sending us this money, you know?
Yep. So he was smart. He like disfigured the egg or smashed it or chunked it up so people wouldn't know what it was when he used it, which was so smart.
Yeah. Yeah, he thought through steps. So he was trying to protect them at all costs
Mhm.
because he knew, one, if people found what he had, then they were not only going to hurt the goose, they were going to hurt the family. They were going to find out where they could get more. And so there's that kind of struggle. Like I said, we kind of think about inner earth, like everything. One, we don't really think people are down there or they're only giants, right?
Yep. Yep.
Two, we think that they don't have that kind of thing. We
Yep.
think that they only have, the food and that's it. But they do have this extra stuff. They have the gold, and they do have people that do have these mindsets of craving more. I mean, it is a mindset. And they, at that point in time, they had people that really needed certain things because they didn't have that
Right.
gold yet. They didn't have access to it. So a lot of things were still unavailable to them, or they were still kind of struggling to get what they needed,
Okay.
at least in that section itself. So once he had that idea of, if somebody found out, what would they do? Because he wasn't able to really just share the wealth instantly. He
Yeah.
had to wait for more eggs to be laid. So that's where he came up with the idea of, let me transform it so that way they can't say, why is this in an egg form? And kind of go down this path of
Yep.
questioning.
Super smart because I think if any one of us had got a golden egg, let's say, we would be running through the streets. Look what I got! Look what I
Hmm.
got! And we wouldn't be thoughtful enough to disguise it like he did. So that was really smart of him.
Yeah.
You know. Okay. Now, have these giants ever been to the surface? Like, do they know about us up here?
Um, some, yes, some no. And the
Okay.
reason I say some is because there was a point in time, it's kind of like our own history where they've kind of rewritten stuff or things get left out.
Yeah.
Not that they're doing it at the scale as us,
Yeah.
but there are points where, sometimes you read something or you look at your history book and you're like, is this really true?
Mhm.
And some of it is just because it's so old, they don't really think of it. They think of it more as a myth than a statement. So some of them do think that we are out here, and then some of them don't. They don't really feel like they need to search
Uh,
in certain areas to go out and find us or see what's on the surface. They don't really think of it as a surface. It's kind of like, we don't really think about the inner earth that often. Like
Yeah,
you're standing on earth, that's about it. You don't really have that. The butterflies are crazy here. They're just like circling around.
that's awesome.
Um, they're they're not really thinking about, okay, there's more on the outside because it's not like us, like, okay, it's underneath. They're it would be underneath for them too. It's kind of like, do you really think about what's really in the ground beneath you? And that's kind of like the same thought process of that. It's,
Yeah.
it's not something that's always tangible to them.
Interesting. Yeah. And I guess I'd say that's smart of them not to come up here for various reasons, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is part of their history too. I mean, a lot of them were giants. They did come from outer earth. And so when they went to inner earth to find sanctuary, they, you know, did tell people, they did tell each other, like, and they made sure that kind of passed on. But like I said, sometimes you think of that as more a myth, like really
Yeah.
people did that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's just like kind of mind boggling that you don't think it's really true or reality in a
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
So it is good that they don't really want to come out. There are a few of them that have tried. Um, and it's more of like a barrier. Like they get to a certain point and it's kind of like they get reverted back.
Oh, interesting.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, is the barrier technology? Is it like empathic? Like,
It's like a force field.
yeah.
Is it technological? Yes, it is wow, I cannot
Yeah.
speak.
Yeah, I know what you
It
mean.
is techie. Um, yeah, they have that set up. Who is it done by? Mm, I keep getting the government, but I don't see it being the initial government. So it could be a subsection that has set it up for protection.
Their government or ours?
I get it's ours, but it isn't ours.
Okay.
I know that's probably super confusing.
Okay.
Um, So when we talk about the government, usually like for us, we talk about the US government. I don't see it being classified as the government, but it's the government. Like that's what it keeps coming up as, the government. So I
Okay.
don't know specifically who's doing it.
Okay. Well, I feel like that's going to be revealed soon. So we're just going to
Yeah.
put, like, we'll put a pin in that and just put
Hmm.
that in our back pocket and observe what happens, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Did these giants, the particular ones that Jack, met, did they use gold for bartering? Like, did they need the gold too?
No, they didn't really need it. Um, they had it, but it wasn't something like like you said, like if we saw that, we would be like out of our minds, like, oh my goodness, like I can do so much with this, like this is gold, holy crow. For them, it was just something normal, like on the everyday basis. It wasn't something that they really thought about. It was just something that happened.
Yeah.
And they didn't need anything. They were set up. Remember,
Yeah.
they're kind of like on their own little continent in the
Yeah.
sky.
Okay.
They had food, they had water, and they were content. So they didn't really think of, I need a barter. They didn't really need to leave at
Yeah.
all.
Okay. Very cool to think about, isn't it? Yeah.
Hmm.
All right, now here's a really weird question. Why a beanstalk and not like, say, a tree?
Okay, so Beanstalk tends to just go straight up, right? Whereas when we talk about a tree, not only is it rooting really well into the ground, you also have it expanding outwards, right?
Mhm.
You know, the canopy is going to go out. Um, and then you also don't have, like, when we talk about stalks, there's still some, vine and roping that happens within the stalk
Yeah.
and how, it gives it the support. So the reason they wanted it, or the reason it is a beanstalk, is for the support on going straight up versus going outwards. Also, when trees get to a certain point of height and size, they tend to want to drop weights because it is heavy. I mean, think about you holding your arms out, holding stuff on your hands,
Yeah.
and balancing them that. The trees do feel like that. When the canopy is too large or too
Oh,
big, it is a weight that is holding on them. So a lot of trees, that's why you see the sagging happening because of the weight that they're holding out.
wow. I never thought about that. That's cool.
Mm.
Okay, cool. All right. Now, the bean favor. Okay, so the people that gave Jack the beans, they did him a great favor. They picked him because
Hmm.
he had a pure and loving heart. And
Yes.
they knew that he would we'll call it blossom out, pay it forward the benefits that he received, which he did, right?
Yes.
So that was significant. But my question is, were there others that they gifted or helped in some fashion?
That specific group,
Yeah.
it looks like one other time.
Uh-huh.
It's not for ones that aren't, let's say, meant to go jumping timelines. It's not something natural or normal to be doing.
Hmm.
So they did this in their own free will to help. It looks like I'm only getting one other time that specific group jumped.
Okay. And was it in Jack's like society or like
No, it was in a different society on another planet.
oh,
So
interesting.
here's the thing about it is so complex. How do I explain this? You don't have to jump on your timeline or your planet's timeline. You can jump to other timelines for other planets. So when you understand how time works and how many layers and multiverse, that kind of thing, you are able to kind of jump into different sections of it. Does that make sense?
Kind of. I mean, it's a very complex topic, so you've
Yeah.
simplified it nicely. All right.
Hmm.
So they jumped onto another planet to help someone else to blossom out the benefit of whatever they did, and then they went back to
Yes.
wherever they came from. So, now when they go back to wherever they're from, are they physical, this group?
Yes and no. I know it's like the answer to every question. Yes and no. Um, but the reason I say that is because we as humans, most of us at least, don't know how to work our abilities to even, tap into our DNA to even, physically manipulate our DNA strands. And some of us, well, most of us actually, we don't have that gift anymore because it is one thing that's been taken out of us.
Yep.
Moving forward, for them, they understand how to manipulate their DNA strands. They understand how to manipulate energy in itself. So they are a whole person when they want to be. They can become like mist and smoke and fog if they want to be. They can change the density of their molecules.
Interesting. Okay. So are they like, would you say they're normally like human and they just have tapped into these abilities?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, is this group helping now with the liberation of Earth?
Yeah, there's a few of them on planet now.
Okay. Are they from what we call our past or our future? I know this is more complexity, but what the hell?
If you look at it from our standpoint, it would be the future.
Okay. Are any of them people we would know right now?
No, none of us have met them.
Interesting. Okay. Okay. Now, one last thing that I can think of now. You had said that the closer we get to the inside of the Earth's core, like we'll call it the center of the Earth versus the outer edge, the more heightened the abilities of the people are there. Is that true? They're more
Yes.
connected to the earth. So we're like far away from the core of the earth. So we're not connected as much as these guys on the inside of the earth, right?
Yeah. So just think about this way, like when we talk about like grounding and bringing in the energy,
Yeah.
where you're bringing it from the internal planets, right? Um, Now the reason I say when you get closer, your energy is heightened. Um, we have been manipulated, messed with. Our DNA is not its normal code. Neither are some other beings on this planet. So when we talk about getting back to our DNA strands, that is like the origin way to use your planet to get back to base health, base connection. Um, it is also a way that we talked about pyramids a little bit. It's a way that they bring in energy. So that core is a great way to bring in that natural healing,
Yeah.
that natural energy that we once had. And it does give us those mystical powers that we once had too.
Right.
Basically setting us back to factory reset, if you want to call it.
Interesting way to put it. I love that. And
Mhm.
it's something we could easily do and it's free. It's just really getting, out of the house or office or whatever.
Getting out of the house, but you gotta get into the basement.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And they
Okay.
don't want you in the basement.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Anything else we need to know about this Jack and the Beanstalk story? I'm going to try to stop thinking about it, but I love what we've learned. I think it's so helpful. I mean, we've taken a simple fairy tale and like how much
Mhm.
stuff we've gotten out of it. So cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot to each fairy tale. There's usually myths and truths within it.
Uh-huh.
So for this one, I feel like it covered all of the big information.
Yeah.
I'm sure people are going to have more questions. So of course, just put them in the comments and we will get to them next time.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much for your time, Deanna. I greatly appreciate it.
Yep,
And
of course.
everyone put your comments in the questions. Thank you.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye.